Caroline Klibanoff, to my right, is a 2018 candidate of the Master of Arts in History, the Public History program, and has simultaneously earned our graduate certificate in Digital Humanities. At Northeastern, Caroline's research has focused on commemoration, local and family history, and the American South, culminating in a final project known as the Digital Atlas of Southern Memory, which presents a prototype for a new form of memorialization beyond statues and plaques. Please join me in welcoming Caroline to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Frost, for the kind introduction. I'm honored to be asked to speak here today. First, I'd just like to give a special thanks to my family, especially my parents and boyfriend who are here today. And to my professors, especially Martin Blatt, Victoria Kane, and the entire staff at the Digital Scholarship Group for their support and guidance. And I have to thank my classmates in history who have taught me so much. In particular, my fellow public historians who are graduating today. These 4 women have truly represent some of the best talent in the field, and I dream of the day we can open a full-fledged historical consultancy and work together again. Congrats. As many of you know all too well, the last few years have been filled with countless responsibilities, from class assignments, part-time jobs, internships, and more. While I was tasked with writing this speech, I was also finishing my classes, working my 3 jobs, and trying to figure out what was next, while putting the finishing touches on my culminating project for the certificate in Digital Humanities. And this last bit was giving me some trouble. It wasn't really juggling all of those things that was the problem. I'm a grad student, we juggle. But I found myself questioning what kind of commentary I could possibly give at commencement when this ugly, incomplete, hot mess of a database project was staring back at me from my laptop. Would I even make it to graduation? It seemed like this project would never really be done. It was so far from the vision I had in my head. And then I remembered these wise words from public radio host Ira Glass, who says this about beginners. All of us who get into creative work, he says, get into it because we have good taste. But there is this gap. For the first couple years you make stuff, it's not that good. It's trying to be good, it has potential, but it's not. But your taste, which got you into the game, is still killer. And your taste is why your work disappoints you. So whether you think of yourself as doing creative work or not, most of us got into grad school because we had a vision for the work that we wanted to do. We knew what it was supposed to look like. And the very first thing you learn in graduate school is to critique. You do the readings with a red pen. You bring your thorough takedown of arguments to class. You debate with your classmates and your professors, and you constantly evaluate the work in the field. This sharpens your skills for sure, but as my classmates can attest, it does not make you a fun person to go to a museum with. Unless you want to hear about how poorly the labels are written, or what they really should have done with the technology, or why aren't there any chairs. And then, after all this time spent critiquing, it comes time to build your own digital exhibit, or write a label for some art, or carry a theoretical argument across 30 pages. You're ready. You know what to do. You can picture it perfectly. And it's like one of those Pinterest fails. You were supposed to make cupcakes that have cute baby faces on them for your cousin's baby shower. And the instructions were clear, but whatever you did looks monstrous. A melting gray Benjamin Button baby cupcake. It's the same with academic work. You've seen it, you know it, and the instructions were clear. But you get started and you wonder if you should just scrap the whole thing, because clearly this thing that you made doesn't look like that thing that those real people made. That instinct for criticism, which you've trained so well, kicks in. Your argument is weak, your data is messy, your website looks like it's from 1995. It's hard to push past that inner critic just to get the work done, and it may never completely go away. But one good thing about finishing a master's degree, the reason we're all here today, is that not only have we spent a couple years honing that critical lens, but we have the paper to prove it. It might seem like just a piece of paper, but it tells the rest of the world that we know our stuff, even when our inner critics won't let us believe it. That we are steeped in the literature, in the knowledge, in the research, that we can do the work. And the great thing about getting a master's degree at Northeastern is that when we do go on to whatever's next, and it's time to apply all our knowledge to the job, that we actually won't be beginners. Because here, we've had the chance to practice the work through fieldwork and co-op and applied research in a very real context with real feedback. We've worked across teams and worn multiple hats and juggled way too many things at once while keeping that critical eye super sharp. We've already done the work. We know about the gap. We may still bake a few ugly cupcakes, but it's not going to stop us. We're not going to throw away the whole project. I've now turned in my digital humanities project, and in doing so, I realized I may never really finish it. There's always more that I can do. There's always new ideas or things I can add, always room for improvement, because I have that critical taste, and that doesn't go away. And that is the real benefit of a degree from Northeastern, that there is always more to do, that the ideas keep coming, that you want to keep evaluating and improving, that you can't even help it, that you can never really be finished. That's not a curse, that's a gift. Thank you.